Hello, and welcome to the Next Tech Tuesday. I'm Jeff Garell. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about phishing. No, not that kind of phishing. This phishing begins with a PH. No, not that kind of fish either, although that's a lot more fun than the stuff I'm going to talk about right now. What I'm talking about is email phishing. It's used to try to elicit information or action from your end users. You probably already know this. This actually, hopefully, might be a video you'd be willing to send out to your end users to maybe better explain some of the pitfalls of falling for this. But phishing is basically an attempt to get somebody to click on a link and either instigate a malware download or give up credentials. They used to be really easy to spot. There could have been some really odd English going on in the email, or misspellings, or bad punctuation, that kind of thing. But these guys have started to get a lot better at it. They're getting harder and harder to tell if it's legit or not. And, like most security vulnerabilities we have, it's the stuff that we allow to come through the firewall, right? We invite it in. Email is one of them. Web browsing is another. We can pretty much block everything else with a firewall, but when you invite the vampire into the house, you're pretty much looking for trouble. It comes in a lot of forms. Sometimes it's just this mass email blast that comes in and claims to be from Microsoft or Google or your internal IT. It's very generic. And then asks you to, say, change your password. Please log in here to see this error, or you're required to change your password. You go ahead and click on that link. You've just handed them your user ID and password. And a lot of users, and you may be one of them if this is getting distributed to users, you maybe want to stop using the same password everywhere, because then you've just really given them the keys of the kingdom. These assume it's a shotgun approach. You're just going to try to get as many people as possible. You don't really do all that much research. I receive these every now and then for services that I don't even have, which is really one of the dead giveaways. And those are easier to spot. What's more difficult are what's called spear-phishing attacks. In this case, they've done some research on either the organization, maybe you personally, especially if you're like in accounting. These were used, for things like the old wire transfer fraud. They'd forge an email that looked like it came from the CEO and send it over to somebody in accounting that says they got to wire some money real quick and it's urgent, or we're going to lose a deal, or some other bad thing is going to happen. The money gets wired and it's never, ever recovered. It's been transferred around. It's just gone. Ransomware is another one. Spear-phishing attacks get you to click on the link, view whatever stuff they promise to let you view, and then next thing you know, you've downloaded malware, and then the real pain happens as they start encrypting everything. The RSA breach in 2010, RSA, a big security company, got spear-phished with an Excel spreadsheet claiming to be strategic hiring for the upcoming year. And those folks were in there for months and months and months, stole literally their keys to the kingdom, keys to their RSA two-factor tokens and whatnot. Took a long time for them to get back on track with that and gain trust, right? There's some things that we could do to offset it. Some of them should be common sense. Some of them are things the IT department can do. For example, you could add a banner to the to any inbound emails that are coming from outside of your organization. You know, if it has to come in through the SMTP connector, throw a banner on it and just say, hey, this came from outside the organization. So when somebody sends something that says it's from somebody internal and that banner's on it, they're going to know it's not legit. We know that the end users are the first line of defense because they're the ones getting hit. So some education would be helpful. There's lots of security companies that do this kind of security awareness training. Webroot and Barracuda are two that come to mind. Both of those have not just the training component, but a way to test, right? So you send, and they'll track the training. So you send your folks in groups through this, online training. Once they finish it, then you can start launching some tests. And they've got some really good pre-built templates. You can build your own templates. If you have businesses that you do a lot of, organizations you do a lot of business with, you can make it look like them. And you could see who paid attention, who might be a little bit careless or might have been just having a bad day. Well, you got to give them that kind of option. But it gives you a chance to test to see if this training is working. And, if they click on the link, it doesn't take them anywhere bad. It takes them to a, for lack of a better term, a gotcha page. It's like, oh, you shouldn't have done this. And then you can get them some more training, find out what happened. That's really, your end users are your not only your weak point, so you've got to make them a strong point. Another part of that education for those users is explaining how internal messages will come in and look, right? You're not going to get a generic email from IT saying you need to change your password. It will look like this. It will come from this email address. And, if you ever have any questions about this, pick up the phone, give us a call. It's just important that we understand the ways, or that our users understand the ways that they will be communicated to and what it should look like to as step one of confirming that it's legit. Again, things like misspellings, things like teaching them to look in the from line, just because it says it's from Jeff Garell, but if you look at the email address, it's something.ru. Yeah, it's pretty much not from me. I can assure you, I do not have a Russian email address. Those are just a few ideas. There's lots of things to do. This is not a problem that gets solved with a piece of technology that just sits there. This is a problem that gets solved from a piece of knowledge that you have to share out. And again, our users, they don't necessarily have a pure security mindset. They have a I want to get my job done mindset. And these guys who are doing these phishing attacks are preying on that need to just get this thing out of my way so I can keep doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing. So if you have any questions, if you need any help, if you want to learn more about any of this stuff, just give us a call. Reach out to our sales department. You can find them at 804-353-5307. I hope you have a great day.